presentation.
Okay.
Calvin, if you'll come forth. This is just a little token of our appreciation. We can't thank you enough, and he mentioned the fact that you're to train your successor. We haven't been able to hire one yet. So you have to come back and train your successor. We wish you well, and keep in touch, and it's just a little token. And we also included something in there for the newest Willis member.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to photos and just keeping us abreast of fatherhood and all your business adventures. We wish you much success. Thank you for everything, and we thank you for including SSA in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it to the boss.
Thanks to that. But Phyllis, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of my SSA friends for that kind gift and presentation. For the closing remarks, I want to say I have a speech prepared. I'm kidding. But I do want to say that part of my story, my journey as being an entrepreneur, is that I've always been passionate about doing this. As far as I can remember, as being a teenager, I've always had a passion to sell, to buy, to do different things that were entrepreneurial. It runs in my family. My dad, we have an entrepreneurial spirit that just runs through my family. My grandfathers, they never worked for, they've always worked for themselves and been able to provide for their families. I think I got bit with the bug pretty early. And part of my story here is that, the thing that brought about that passion is too, my mom, she gave me a few things that she didn't even know that really helped me get to this point. I'll never forget, she bought me a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And once I read that book, it was something, the light bulb moment happened for me. And it was like I could never go back to thinking that, I couldn't do it, or to thinking that I could just walk on the path, that was not meant for me. It's like I have to do this. And we were just going over my transcripts, my wife and I, the other day. It was kind of random. They came with my SSA file, my transcripts. And it kind of showed where my first 2 years I was making, what was it, honey? D's, F's. She can vouch for it. D's, F's, C's. And you would see progression over when I got around my junior year. You would start to see the grades go from C's and D's and F's to A's and B's, and then it was just A's and B's, and then it was just Dean's List, honor roll. And basically what happened was there was a transition, and there was a shift to me realizing where my true passion was. For example, I was doing biology pre-med, and I realized that the sciences were not for me. My moral of the story is that when you get in a place where you really need to be, it's not to say you're in a bad place. Science, I did average, I did okay, but I wasn't doing optimal. And so when you really find your place, and that's what I feel like this journey is all about, and I'll continue to do that, transition and find my place. So I feel like that's just a parallel to my life in this journey that I'm on. My mom also bought me a pair of clippers. Well, she just thought I was going to cut my brother's hair. So I could learn how to cut his hair so he wouldn't have to go to the barbershop, maybe, perhaps. But what she didn't realize is that I enjoyed working with my hands. So I cut his hair, cut my cousin's hair, cut people in the neighborhood hair. So when I went off to college, it became a source of income because I was cutting people in the dorm and they were paying me money to do it. And I had a line almost like the one here wrapped around the entire room that we were in. There were people who wanted haircuts. So that became a means. Something simple as that became a means later down the line to help me continue to just nurture that entrepreneur that's on the inside. And I really appreciate her for doing that. But what I want to say to you, SSA, and all of my friends here, is that you have made an investment in me. These 8.5 years every person here, in some way, shape, or form, I feel that you have made an investment in me. And just like any investment, what do you expect? Return. You expect a return.
You rich.
You made an investment. And my return for you is that I'm going to go out into the world of being passionate, into being passionate about what I'm doing, as Dominique mentioned, with giving back, with community engagement, community service. It doesn't stop with the work that I'm doing here. I'm just doing it in a different way. Even when I invest in houses, I do that. It's for the benefit of the community as well. Because the areas that I invest in, many of them are blighted areas that need to be stimulated economically. And so that in turn also helps the community, because people get a chance to now rent a place that's better. It takes abandoned houses off the market. But not only that, I have plans through the Love It Land Foundation, a nonprofit that I started with my brother, to influence people in Atlanta, to influence people in our community. So your investment is already taking form. And I would like for you to perceive it that way. I would like for you to see it as every kind word that you have, every bit of professional advice that you gave me outside of work or within my work, every opportunity and shot that you gave me, Bob, to be here, it will not be in vain. And know that I'm fully confident about this decision. I prayed about it. I prepared for it for years. It's not waking up one day just doing something all of a sudden, but this has been a gradual process. And I asked God, the main thing I did, I asked God, I said, well, God, if you really, won't you show me in Scripture? I already had confirmation enough, but I just needed one more thing. I just wanted something extra. So I said, well, God, I want you to show me exactly in Scripture what you think about me doing this. And all of a sudden, in my mind flashed Romans 8:28. Now, I don't have it memorized. So, of course, I went to it, and it read, all things work for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. So I believe that that's what moment that I'm in right now. I thank my wife for all of her support. She is a tremendous support to me, a blessing. And throughout this whole process, she's been behind me 100%. And though she may not understand it all, though she may not be able to see down the road as I can, she's supportive. And I appreciate her for that. I appreciate my entire family and my friends. And I just bless all of you to continue to serve, continue to lead, and continue to be pioneers and leaders in whatever endeavor that you choose with your life. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
I'm moving a little slow today. I usually have a tipster. Today we have 3 of them. If they were out of place just now. Where's Cesar? But Cesar's giving me a prescription, so I'm going to follow this prescription when I get them, and I think I'll be all right. But it's great to see all of you. Calvin, I could not be more pleased in terms of the presentation that you have given. I have to tell you that it was some risk when we brought Calvin on. It was not easy to convince at that point David Newton, but Calvin came in the interview and fed me and just blew my hair off away. And so I am so proud of you. I know, and I can see that you made an informed decision. I am so glad that your experience here has been, part of your growth and development, and I wish you all of the best. And when you get rich and famous, because I'm on a glide path. I mean, I'm, kind of. Let me just put it this way: I've been cleared the land. So if I find myself looking for further employment, I may be seeking you out somewhere. You've done a great colleague, and I wish you all of the best. And keep in touch with us. All of the best to you.
Didn't want to miss
somebody